You're watching Good Day Columbus on Fox 28.
9:31 now on this fantastic, beautiful, wonderful Friday. We are prepping for Derby Day, which is this weekend. That means we need the right food and drink to go along with it.
And this morning, we are going to talk a little bit about the traditions and the treats for your Derby party tomorrow. So we have Alexandra Brazy with us. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me on this morning.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited.
Not a problem.
There is a ton of tradition that goes with this weekend. I mean, it's, what is it, 90 seconds worth of racing? People will party all week leading up to this thing.
It is definitely a party. Super exciting. It's just so steeped in, tradition, and it's in heritage. It's actually celebrating its 141st year this year. So yeah, 1.25 miles happens in about 2 minutes. The fastest was Secretariat in 2 minutes. So yeah, it happens in a flash, but it's definitely a day of partying and a day of fun, and just so much tradition and so much Southern hospitality. I love that about it.
Yeah, and all day races. I mean, it's not just one race. Yeah,
absolutely.
How fun.
Yeah, so we've just got some great stuff here today to talk about different traditions and some yummy ways to entertain in your own home if you want to have your own Derby party.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know this, but the rose is actually the flower of the event. It started because in the beginning they were handing out roses to the women, and eventually it was laid over the shoulders of the winner. So the rose is a fantastic way, whether you want to decorate with it.
You mean roses were laid over the women?
Over the shoulders of the horse. When it actually finished the race.
But after enough mint juleps, yes.
Yeah,
maybe.
that too. Maybe I'm sure the women were adorned by the end.
That was really heavy.
So yeah, just a great way to bring in some festive color into your home if you want to have people over. Flowers are always beautiful and great for entertaining.
Yeah.
So that's one way to just bring in that hand-in-hand quintessential Kentucky Derby. And of course,
run for the roses.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what is that you have there?
Well, we've got some mint juleps, which might be a little strong this morning, but just classic drink, the Kentucky bourbon, which is world famous for the region, mixed with a simple syrup, which is just equal parts sugar and water that you boil and get down to a simple syrup, and you just muddle that with some mint leaves, and it's just so fragrant, and then you want to actually leave quite a lot of mint up at the top, because you want people, when they're drinking it, to really get a great whiff of that aromatic mint when they're drinking this.
Wow, that's a great idea. So they're smelling as much as they're tasting, which is fantastic.
I mean, and those are so incorporated. When you're drinking something and smelling something, your taste and your palate is so influenced by what you're smelling.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, wonderful.
You gonna try one of those?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Well,
and of course, we've got
challenge
some...
is officially up?
Yeah.
It's officially over.
Now, there are a lot of folks who don't want to drink on Derby Day, so...
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? What we've got here is some great entertaining ideas.
Alexandra, those are delightful. Okay.
I love the idea. I am with Graeters, and we just put out a bourbon pecan chocolate chip ice cream, which is delicious. It's got that, great bourbon flavor in the ice cream, the giant signature chocolate chips that Graeters is known for. So I love the idea of either putting it with a brownie, maybe even getting some chocolate chip cookies and putting a scoop inside that.
Right here?
Yeah, look at that. There's a great big chocolate chip in there.
Can I pull this thing out?
Yeah, get that giant chocolate chip out.
Because not everybody's going to be drinking alcohol.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Can I tell you that? That is one chocolate chip all by itself. Look at that.
That's a monster chocolate. Talk about chocolate overload.
So it has a little bit of a hint of bourbon in it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and it's just so tasty. But then also what I love, if you want to incorporate some fun ideas into a party, big hats are just such a part of the Derby. When you think of the Derby, you're thinking women in sundresses, men in bow ties, and perhaps some seersucker suits around there. So I like the idea of doing a big hat contest. Maybe for the kids it's even designing a hat, but for the women I love the idea of coming in and maybe they're walking out the door with a bottle of bourbon at the end of the day because they won. So I think that that's super fun.
Nothing says Derby like a mint julep and a hot glue gun.
Yeah, exactly. Some sparkles everywhere. Maybe some crayons to get the kids involved.
Right. Well, great ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it so much. And if people want more information, of course, we'll connect to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, connect with me. But, if you want to find Graeters or any yummy snacks for tomorrow, you can head to Giant Eagle, Whole Foods, Kroger. All carry all of the delicious flavors of Graeters and yummy treats for your event.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
And I'm really sorry when you go back to watch this video that I'm dressed like this. I was thinking about that, her big moment here.
And it's 80s day.
It's 80s day.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for being
here. Good to have you. Thank you. Coming up, our fun with the 80s will continue, and we're going to show you some of the foods that you just cannot live without, because these were foods born in the 80s.
Plus, Mother's Day is sneaking up on us, so we're going to take a look at 4 ways to spoil your mom. That's all coming up.